In today's video, I'm going to talk about the $1,200 stimulus check. I'm going to explain whether or not you're eligible, how much you can expect to actually receive, and what you should be doing with it. Stay tuned. The world has changed quite a bit in the past 4 weeks or so. The unemployment rate was 3.5%. Most Americans were able to travel as they pleased. The Dow closed at 26,703.32 points, and things like toilet paper and hand sanitizer are readily available in supermarkets. Fast forward to today. Over 3 million workers have filed for unemployment insurance, with fears that unemployment might reach 32%. The Dow closed at 21,917.16 points, a loss of 4,786.16 points, or 18% from 4 weeks ago. People have hoarded hand sanitizer and toilet paper, making them virtually inaccessible for many Americans. That's why it's essential for you to click the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. Help the like button to reach full employment and allow more people to access skills that will help them improve their finances. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button below to improve your outlook on money and your life. Tune in, take action, and take charge of your finances. The worldwide event I'm calling the Big Obvious, for YouTube reasons, has changed the way we live and work. Millions of people all over the world have lost their jobs, causing economic turmoil. The United States has taken several actions to shield its citizens from the economic impact of the Big Obvious. We've talked about the other actions the United States has taken in older videos. Now the United States is trying something a bit different. In a move that might make Andrew Yang proud, the United States has decided to give its citizens a stimulus check to help them with any financial hardships they might be experiencing. However, unlike Yang's freedom dividend, this $1,200 stimulus check comes with 1 or 2 strings attached. Though it's expected that 9 out of 10 households will receive a stimulus check, not all of them will be for the full $1,200 amount. Many Americans might not receive a stimulus check at all. Those who will not receive a stimulus check at all include any single U.S. resident that has an adjusted gross income, or AGI, of over $99,000, and any U.S. resident who files jointly and makes over $198,000 a year. There are also Americans who might not receive a stimulus check unless swift action is taken. The stimulus check amount will be determined based on your 2019 or 2018 taxes, whichever one you filed most recently. If you have filed neither your 2018 nor your 2019 taxes, the IRS urges you to file now. If you have not filed your 2018 nor your 2019 taxes, you will not receive a stimulus check. Also, there are Americans who may fall into certain categories where they are not normally required to file a tax return. These include the disabled, low-income taxpayers, generally an individual who earns less than $12,200 a year, retirees, senior citizens, Social Security recipients, and some veterans. In this instance, you would need to file a simple tax return to receive the stimulus check. You don't need to sign up for anything. If you filed your 2018 or 2019 taxes, the IRS already has the information they require from you. If you've received a paper check for your most recent tax refund, then you can expect a paper check to come in the mail. If you receive direct deposit, then you can expect the money to be deposited into your bank account. Whether you receive a paper check or direct deposit, you will receive a letter from the government letting you know where they sent your payment. If you received the notice but never got a payment, reach out to the IRS using the contact information in the notice. Be especially careful of scams. I've copied the following from the IRS's Identity Protection Tips website. An unexpected email purporting to be from the IRS is always a scam. The IRS does not initiate contact with taxpayers by email or social media to request personal or financial information. If you receive a scam email claiming to be from the IRS, forward the email to phishing@irs.gov. An unexpected phone call from someone claiming to be an IRS agent, either threatening you with arrest or deportation if you fail to pay immediately, is a scam. Another variation, the caller requests your financial information in order to send you a refund. Report these calls and other IRS impersonation schemes to the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration at 1-800-366-4484 or online at IRS Impersonation Scam Reporting. If you discover a website that claims to be the IRS but does not begin with www.irs.gov, forward the link to phishing@irs.gov. Here's the part you've probably been waiting for. How much of the $1,200 stimulus check can you expect to get? This is where it gets a little complicated. If you're a single U.S. resident with an AGI of $75,000 or less, you can expect to receive the full $1,200 stimulus check. That much everyone seems to be clear on. Another point we should be clear on is that you will receive $500 for every dependent child aged 16 and younger you claim. Older children and other dependents are not eligible for payment. What people are less clear on is how much money you get if you're a single U.S. resident making more than $75,000 a year. Here's a simple way to figure that out. For every $1,000 you make over $75,000 adjusted gross income, you'll subtract $50 from your $1,200 stimulus check. So for example, if you make $79,000 AGI, you can expect a $1,000 stimulus check. You would simply double these numbers if you were a U.S. resident filing jointly. If you filed jointly and earned $150,000 AGI, you can expect a $2,400 stimulus payment. For every $1,000 you make over $150,000 adjusted gross income, you would subtract $50 from your $2,400 stimulus check. There's no exact date given from when you'll receive your $1,200 stimulus check. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said on Sunday, March 29th, that if you have direct deposit set up with the IRS, you can expect to receive your payment in 3 weeks. Taken literally, that means payment should reach your bank account by April 19th. What to do with your payment is another point of complexity. Please remember that I am not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice. I'm just a guy on his computer giving you my opinion on what I would do in various situations. These are uncertain times and your first priority is to remain safe and healthy. Regardless of how much money you receive in your stimulus, be sure to obey the rules set in place by your state and local governments. If ordered to shelter in place, please do so. Once your health and safety are established, you want to make sure that you have adequate food for you and your family. This isn't the time to consider buying a new TV or a cell phone. We don't know how long the big obvious will be looming over our lives. If money is scarce, I would suggest buying all the non-perishable food you can with the stimulus check. When you've secured your health, shelter, and food, you may want to consider using the stimulus check to pay for any necessary bills you've fallen behind on. Many companies have information up on their websites explaining that they aren't collecting past due bills or turning services off for non-payment. For example, nearly 70 internet service providers and telecommunication companies have pledged to the Federal Communications Commission that they will not cut off service during the big obvious. If you find your income has been affected by the big obvious, I would encourage you to call your debt holders and see what their collection policy is at this time. You may be pleasantly surprised to discover that they will stop your payments upon simply asking, and this will not negatively affect you in the future. One of the bills you won't need to worry about is your student loans. The same stimulus bill that is allowing the government to issue these $1,200 stimulus checks offers a new set of rules putting federal student loans into forbearance through September 30th, 2020. According to the bill, your loans will not accrue interest, and this will not negatively impact your credit score. If you've gone through all these steps and you still have extra money to spare from your $1,200 stimulus check, you should consider depositing anything you have left in your emergency fund. Emergency funds are built for times of scarcity. If you don't have an emergency fund, now is the time to start one. Your first step would be to build a beginner emergency fund with $1,000. If you find yourself in a position where money is tight, I've created a list of different ways you can earn an extra $1,000 a month. I'll leave a card for the video right over here. The United States is giving its citizens a $1,200 stimulus check to help us get through the economic effects of the big obvious. This check is largely dependent on your income. You receive the full amount if you're a single taxpayer making $75,000 adjusted gross income or less. Couples filing jointly need to double their adjusted gross income to find out if they qualify. The money is being sent to help Americans in this time of uncertainty. You should make sure that you're safe and healthy first. Ensure you and your family have an adequate supply of food. See if your debt holders are willing to waive interest on debt collection. Build an emergency fund with any money you have left over from the $1,200 stimulus check. Well, that's my video on everything you want to know about the $1,200 stimulus check. I appreciate you watching. Let me know any questions, comments, or topic suggestions you might have on personal finance in the comments below. Be sure to support us on all of our social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube and now on Facebook at Smart Money. Links will be in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first to know when I come out with new content. Make sure you like the video for the algorithm and be sure to share the video with a friend. Check the links in the description for offer information. Lastly, if you want to get started investing in the stock market and are looking for free stock, Robinhood is holding a promotion in the description. Use the link to start your Robinhood account and claim your free stock share. Comment below and let me know what you get. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.